Hey, pilots! Welcome to another exciting episode of War Robots Domination, a series of helpful gameplay tutorials designed to help highlight the tactics and strategies that I use to help tip the scales of my favorite game, War Robots. Each episode will feature a handful of battles along with helpful commentary that'll provide insight as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm your host, Gotchure Beacons, and I've been playing this awesome game for a few years now, and I've learned a few tricks along the way that I'd love to share with y'all. You'll notice that although my hangar is fairly basic and at lower levels, I've been able to climb it up to Expert League. So I believe that you'll find my tactics will help you do more with less, which could be very helpful with today's economy in the game. I should also mention that this is my second account, so don't let my career profile stats fool you. This is actually my baby account. But it sends a great message to pilots who feel they need to chase the current meta in order to be competitive in battle. Because you don't. Wise gameplay can usually overcome any fancy gimmick. A death button is a great example. It can still melt just about any build, and its heritage stems all the way back to nearly the beginning of the game. It's all about knowing when to use it and how to use it. So, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episodes while I walk you through my gameplay tactics and share with you my mindset in battle. I hope you find it entertaining, helpful, and fun to watch. I think you will. I'm gonna call this battle Flirting with Disaster, and man do I like to do that every once in a while. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song Theta. Alright guys, so this is Dreadnought, and I've got the closed map deck on here. These are quicker, more nimble knife fighter type guys. This is Whizbang. He's my little blitz. He's got halos and shredders on him. I'm working on getting him to have all 4 halos. I think that's going to be the best fit for him. But right now it's just shredders and halos. Now, I'm calling this Flirting with Disaster because in case you haven't noticed or in case you're new to my channel, I run with level 6 bots, level 9 weapons. I've climbed it up to experts, and I'm in with experts and masters on a regular basis. That means I'm facing things like traditionalist falcons, like I am this guy right here. I'll be seeing phantoms, I'll be seeing, Ares, and whatever else is the current meta. And these are not current meta bots that I'm playing with, and they're not high DPS. They're not high, XP as well. They're high health. But you know what? I play these lightweight bots and these kind of simple meta bots to show you how tactics can win in a battle. But it does mean that every once in a while you gotta flirt with disaster. Now, Whizbang, he's a blitz, right? But he's a pretty good little guy because he's got that little what do they call that? The charge or whatever they call it, where I can kind of invade right on in. It puts out the little blasts which suppress anyone who's firing at me if I hit him with it. But it also puts a little shield around me, and it allows me, and then it gives me a burst of speed. Now, sometimes it's just about capping a beacon. Now, you guys know that's my game. I'm all about getting the beacons. I don't really care too much about damage, so these guys are good about beacons, and they're also going to have a phase shift sometimes if I need it. Now, that was Whizbang. This is my next little guy, is Diablo. He's a Loki. Now, the Loki here has Adamant Roadhog and Roadhog on him, so he's really, really fast. Obviously, he can go stealth for 100% of the time, and he's got a phase shift. And he's also got a mechanic and a raider mechanic. The raider mechanic means he's going to get a boost of health back because he can get tagged, just from splash off of certain kinds of weapons and all. And and a low-hanging weapon facing at me like from an invader or a Mercury, the leeches, the phantoms, and pursuers, they all have low-hanging weapons and they can hit me. So, but that's okay. Right now, there's no one over here, so I'm going to go after this one here. I saw a couple of reds up on the roof, and that just gives me the ability to go around and just cap beacons when I can. Now, this Aljun saw me. He flew down, but see, I have lower ground, so even if he fired away, it wouldn't hit me. So now what I'm doing, see, I'm going to flirt with disaster. So, I can't take advantage of moments like that where, I got some, my mate shooting at the guy. He's going to naturally face someone who's shooting at him to fire back, and that gives me the opportunity to take advantage of my, I do have guns on here. It's Panadas, and they do a quick burst, and I can actually kill someone with Diablo. But right now what I'm doing is I've got 2 or 3 guys coming over here, which is kind of good because they're going to get this one, but I'm going to head out of the scene. But with 2 or 3 reds after me there, that means that the rest of my team has some opportunities to go out and get a positional advantage around the rest of the field. I'm all about field manipulation and everything else. Now, I can see that a lot of my guys are like, what's that? I mean, there's a Rygene in our base camp. You know, what's he doing there? You can't cap a beacon from there. It isn't really a very good map for that. And so that's the one thing, you know, I have to flirt with disaster because, you know, not everyone plays this game like me. I play to win. I play to get cap beacons. I can't play to make sure that we're staying ahead of beacons. And, you know, so I have a hanger that does that. So you guys, when you're putting your hangers together, make sure you're putting it together mindfully. You know, what does a certain map need? If you can only have one hanger, if you can't afford 2 decks, that's okay. Make sure you have some runners on there, and make sure that, you know, if you're going to hop into a map like this where going around and capping beacons is important, that you've got good, that you have good equipment. You know, this is only my second bot, and we're at a 4-to-1 beacon advantage. This guy can't touch me. I'm just flirting with disaster, and you know, I can see the beacon bar capping down. I'm going to go ahead and pick this guy down. You want to know why? Because we're going to win this one, and even if I die, it won't matter. Woo! You know, I don't use a lot of bots. I don't mech out a lot. I don't always get high damage. I certainly capped a lot of beacons there, and I'm sure I helped the team win that battle. But you know what? You always got to flirt with disaster when you're playing with low-level bots, but you can get away with it if you're smart and mindful about the kind of builds you have in your hanger. So build-wise, with your hangers, and you can get away with stuff like that. So if you see your name, thanks for the game. Peace out. They call this battle Blaze of Glory, and oh my gosh, what an epic battle. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song War. Perfect for this battle. All right, so this is my open map deck. I open up with this is Frick. He's my Death Button Raven. And you know what? I've got a freezy weapon on him too. I don't even know what the heck the thing is called, but it's the one that freezes him. But it's got the same mechanics as an Orkin. It's a medium size one that shoots out the snowballs. So anyway, why not use it, right? Well, that double jump on the Raven gets him right on over to that beacon, which is a great way to start the show. This guy has some kind of a splash weapon on him, so there you go. He's got like 4 aphids on him, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take him out. You know, sometimes when you do that, though, you make a fan. They go after you for getting them, and that's part of the game, right? Well, I'm calling this Blaze of Glory because I'll tell you what, this is one epic battle. I try to teach tactics and tipping the scales and everything else in my tutorial videos, and you know, and you definitely will learn some things if you watch these. But one of the things that you got to remember, you know, I'm in level 6 bots and level 9 weapons. I'm in with experts and masters, which means I'm usually facing higher firepower. So I'm always still using just subtle things. Like right now, it's a 2-on-1. You know, this is a real tanky Fenrir, but it's important that we're going 2-on-1, and that's what we did. Now I'm going to go to some other place. One of the things that you got to always remember is just some of the subtle things I'm always doing. I'm almost always going into 2-to-1s when I'm going to be in over my head, which is most of the time because I'm in level 6 bots. This guy jumped over because he's mad at me. That was Flash, by the way. This is Diablo. He's my little Loki. I see that this red team is really good on beacons, and so are we. I mean, there's not a lot of lessons going on here because this team that we're facing is really, really good, and so is the team that I'm on. And right now, it's just a matter of continually pushing back. You know, going out in a blaze of glory, not meching out. And boy, guys, there is a difference between conservative gameplay and aggressive gameplay. You know, even though I'm pushing with just the right bots. This is Loki. He can't really get hit too hard. I'm tying those 2 guys up, but now with 2 of them there, I'm gonna flee the scene. I'm gonna go after this beacon. And because, you know what, with 2 of them there, that means that I've basically thinned out the field in other places. So take advantage of that. So I grabbed that beacon back, and now I'm grabbing this beacon back. Gotchure caught up to me. Look at them, they're pushing back. They were at a 4-to-1 beacon advantage, then we were at a 4-to-1. Now they're back at a 3-to-2. Now we're coming back and grabbing one, and I'm just taking Diablo around wherever I think he can go. And again, fortunately, my team, and this guy's after me. Now, sometimes you can leverage this. When you got a guy that's after you, he's pulling himself out of position. well, I just took Diablo out of the game because my team is doing such a good job on keeping up with beacons. Now it's a matter of doing some field maintenance and start to whittle their resources down. We really got to do that, since I know that I have a team that's doing a good job on beacons, and whether I'm capping or someone else is capping, they're on them. But so is the red team. But now it's just a matter of trying to thin them down, thin down their herd. And sometimes that means you got to go out in a blaze of glory. But again, look at this. I'm kind of hanging back a little bit, aren't I? I'm letting my tread out go after that guy. And I'm just standing backing him up and, adding to the firepower. And that's another thing that you guys want to do when you're in there with battles. Don't try to take those one-on-ones. Make sure that you're kind of going in with a team. Now this guy, look, he's halfway down. I've got that little thing. So see, that was a wise gamble. Now he uses phase shift, smart guy. Now I'm gonna make sure that I thin him out before I take off, because I got enough energy to do it. Look at that. We're down 4-1 on the beacons. They are doing such a great job. I love these epic battles though. I am not afraid of these. But guys, make sure that you're always going around and doing a little bit of both. There goes Whizbang. Now this is Buzzkill. He buzzes and he kills you. He's my little Spark Scorch Bender. Now we got we're back 3 beacons to there too. Look at that beacon bar, how even it is. And you know that at the end of the battle, things start taking a little faster. Now this is a Titan. If I get within 100 meters, he's gonna kill me. But my Titan was there too. Now we're down 3 beacons to there too. He can start swinging back the other way. So I gotta go back and grab this one and just tough it out, get a little Titan Slayer there, turn this one back. I think I've got friends that are coming in with me. Now we're at the 3 beacons of there too. 37 seconds left. It could be anyone's game. They're coming back up to put a push on this. I don't know if I have failed there. I got a Titan behind me. It's about time to go down in a blaze of glory. Woo-hoo! Man, what a great battle that was. Epic battle. Guys, you got to make sure that you're in there giving it your all. Even if you're undergunned or outmatched, you got mates on your side. Make sure that you're being mindful about when you're going in on these skirmishes around the battlefield, that you're doing it wisely and not trying to take on more than you can chew. And there you go. Great pilots on both sides. And if you see your name, thanks for the game. That one was an epic battle. Peace out. I'm going to call this battle Tipping Scales, and boy, I'll explain why as we go along here, guys. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, Woodish. All right, this is this episode's Beacon Rush battle, and as I always tell you, Beacon Rush is not like Domination at all. You rush in and you go crazy on these guys. It's always about pushing forward as fast as you can. Always aggressive. Always your fastest bots, always high DPS, always you're shooting for the beacon closest to their home spawn, continually spawning, regenerating at that point, and continually pressing back toward their home spawn area. Well, that's the game anyhow. That's the game plan. And if you're out there playing, whether you're solo or you're in a squad battle, make sure that's your focus. Always be pushing toward their spawn area. Well, and I'm not sure if you noticed, I look at these things right off the get-go. When I opened up, I looked to my right and my left, and guess what I saw to one side? I saw a Fury with tridents, and I'm thinking, well, those are great for Domination. That is not the build you have on Beacon Rush. So I knew we had some problems right from the get-go. Well, that doesn't mean I can't do my job. Now, again, I'm in level 6 bots, level 9 weapons. I'm not out here to wipe anyone's tail with the battlefield with their tail. What I gotta do is I gotta tip scales. Guys, that's what I talk about. I refer to that on a regular basis. Tipping the scale is kind of an old saying, but it means you're basically taking the balance out. It doesn't take much. When things are balanced on both sides, all you gotta do is just put a little pressure on one side like I'm doing right now. I'm just tipping the scale. I'm not beating anyone up. I'm just looking for little opportunities, because when you open up a beacon, you're opening up a portal. When you open up a portal, that's where all your men can file on in and start taking off the red. So all I gotta do with little Diablo here is run around and tip scales. Make sure the beacons are blue as much as I can, and every time I do, that's more room for my mate to file on in. I tip the scales in our favor there. This guy's gonna try to take him back. I'm gonna say, no, you're not gonna get me, and then I'm gonna go back in the stealth. He's gonna get frustrated. He's gonna start getting fired up with the hot foot of my thing. He jumps out of the way, and I'm gonna peg him off. There you go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tip some more scales. So the Reds are running around. I may or may not have a great team. I think I do have a pretty good team. But look, now I got one of the Reds following me over there, and he's going to try to burn me down. He probably can do a pretty good job. But if he's over here picking on me, and I got a few more of his mates picking on me, what's going to happen to the rest of the battlefield? We're going to get an advantage. So now we're at a 3-1 beacon or 3-2 beacon advantage. I'm going to go ahead and make it. Now we got a 4-1 beacon advantage. You know the game is pretty much over. It's a 4-capper. All I've been doing is running around with my little lightweight bots and tipping scales, and that's all you really got to do. If you're in over your head, that doesn't mean you can't go out and win a battle. Just means you got to go out and find ways of winning the battle for your mates, and that means sometimes it's not a glorious thing. You know, sometimes you're at the bottom like that. But I was running around tipping scales and allowing my mates to file on in and take care of the Reds as they did, and that all worked out. And so, you know, it's a teamwork kind of effort, and that works out pretty good. So that's a lot of fun. Hope you understand how to tip scales out there. That's what I try to teach you guys how to do with lightweight bots, and you can do it too. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and I hope you had a lot of fun there. If you see your name, thanks for the game. Peace out. Well, friends, that just about wraps it up for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and are able to take something you learned and use it in battle. I add content to my YouTube channel almost daily, so please stop by when you're able and check out the fresh new material. Or just click on an old episode and maybe catch another tip that'll help you up your game. If you like what you see, please tap on the red subscription button and then tap the bell to be notified when new episodes are released. It would also be helpful if you could make a comment about the video, whether it's an example of how the episode helped you, or maybe additional advice to help elaborate on the tactics I shared, or even constructive comments that'll help clarify something I might have missed. It's all good and greatly appreciated. Finally, this game is full of challenges and can create frustration for some who are simply trying to have fun with this awesome game. My goal is to provide you all with helpful information and help reduce the frustration and increase the fun. So, if you feel these videos are helping you, please share them with a friend, someone who you think might benefit from them. Well, that's about it for today, guys. As always, keep them blue out there, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Make sure you're having fun, though, because if you're not, you're doing it wrong. I love you all for your support. Play well. Peace out.